Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. How are you all? Thank you all for joining me here. This is Kathy speaking, and we'll be doing a divine spread. A divine spread. It's the weekend, my dear friends, and this reading is done on the full moon in Pisces. So, full moon, ending, culmination, Pisces, full moon. So very important for Pisces people, Virgos, Sagittarius, Gemini, especially the mutable signs. Let's see what's going on pertaining to the divine spread. A divine spread, which is my own spread that I've formulated quite a while ago. A couple of years ago. Could it be longer? I don't even remember. Anyway, let's see what's going on as the full moon in Pisces on Neptune, which can be quite deceptive, can be quite confusing. Luckily, Uranus from Taurus will give us the clarity, the truth. Maybe we've been deceiving ourselves wearing those rose-colored glasses. It's a time of truth, even though there's a lot of propaganda going on in the world, my dear friends. Don't believe everything you hear. And there's a lot of deception and lies. Lots going on behind the scenes. Okay, so let's see what's going on today, the 10th of September, as Mercury is turning direct. Mercury is actually very stopped now for a few more hours until he turns retrograde in the sign of Libra. Which is relationships, justice, balance, peace, harmony. And so we don't start anything new, that's for sure. It's a time of looking back to the past. We are in retrograde time, so a lot of situations pertaining to the past will be coming up. Five of Pentacles. A sense of lack of finances, lack of security, lack of not being on the same page where your beliefs are concerned. Lots of differences between one and the other. It's like there's no support here. Changes need to happen. And let's see where this divine spread takes us, dear friends. Let's see what's going on with the divine spread. My condolences also to those who are feeling the loss of Queen Elizabeth. It's a new era that is beginning for the UK, for Britain. New chapter. Now, we know that she's been around forever. Forever. I'm going to say God rest her soul. It's a change of era. I have been talking a lot recently about those that are in positions of power. We've seen a lot of happenings in the world where those that are in positions of power, the power is distributed elsewhere. Now, there are many that are either losing their power of position, others are passing, others are being assassinated. I've been talking about this, especially with the energy of Algol, Medusa's head. She's losing her head, her power, the poison, the venom, and the healing. We're going to see a lot more of that. We're going to see a lot more of that happening as the nodes are still transiting through Taurus, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on with this divine spread. Today, the 10th of September. Tomorrow is the 11th of September. Looking back at the 11th of September, not an easy time. It's 11th of September is, it's something that's going to be ingrained in our memory forever. It's just, 11 is like a portal. It's like an opening for me. Happy birthday, dear Virgo, if you're celebrating your birthday today on this full moon. If it is your birthday today, that means that this full moon energy, you'll be carrying that with you for the whole year moving forward. All right, let's see what's going on. At the foundation, Six of Swords. What is hidden that we do not know? Six of Cups, 2 sixes already. Now, as many of you know, I'm not reading reversals. Sixes can speak to balance or imbalances, right? Potential balance, harmony, and justice coming in the future, futuristically. Six of Cups is a soulmate energy. It is nostalgia. It's the past. It's with all these retrogrades and with Mercury retrograding and Mars in Gemini now, which will be there for the next few months. And most of the planets in retrograde motion now. It is a time of retrospection, going inwards. We've got some time to do the internal work, therefore to make the changes externally in our own personal lives. Retrogrades could bring back old loves, old friendships, old family relationships from the past, situations also. So let's see, recent past, Nine of Cups. In the now position, the Hermit, 2 9s we've got and 2 6s. 9 and 6, if you turn the 6, it turns into a 9 and the other way around. So I don't know if this is pointing back to June and connecting with the month of September, the 9th month. June and September. June is Gemini season. Gemini, Cancer. September, Virgo, Libra. We know the Hermit, Major Arcana, strong card. It's all about our soul's work. We're turning inwards. We're being the hermits. At this point, we're looking for the truth, our truth. We're looking for guidance through spirit, through the divine. Virgo is all about the details, perfectionism, like what I've been doing today. I mean, Virgo is all about acts of service as the sun is transiting through Virgo, obviously. There can be also some sort of clarity as the sun is in Virgo, as the full moon is taking place in Pisces. So Virgo Pisces does speak to health, our emotional, our physical health. What do we do daily? It speaks to work, the work that we do, the work that we do to provide a service for others. Acts of service, compassion, love, purification, details. Very good time to pick up on the missed details, especially with Mercury station now. He's very, very powerful. And Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, so very important, especially for those 2 signs. But for everyone, Mercury is retrograde. We don't start anything new. We don't sign anything. If it's something that you're revisiting, yes, it's a very good time to pick up on the details, as you've got the strength and the ability of Virgo, which is all about the small details, right? Missed details, dotting our I's, crossing our T's. Pisces can be, unconditional love, going overboard. Virgo will discern and see whether it's healthy to keep investing in something. Okay, 9s always speak to potential endings. What is on our mind? 10 of Cups. This is what we're wanting. This is what we're striving towards. 10 of Cups can speak to bliss, but it can also speak to an ending of a cycle. That is it. 10 of Cups. You cannot get more. I mean, we've got the 9 and then the 10. We've gotten to a stage where either we've been in a situation where there's been no wish fulfillment, no happiness, so therefore sort of closing the door, doing the work right now, in preparation mode. It's not a time to move now. It's a time to find your potential new home. It's a time to look for that potential new job now, as this is what we are aiming for. But where there's been no happiness, no bliss. Remember, 9 of Cups comes after the 8 of Cups. So we're sort of in transition mode, whether it's physical, emotional change, also spiritual enlightenment, growth at this time, where we've invested ourselves, we've given from the heart, we've given from the soul, we've provided a service, we've done as much as possible, and there's been no reciprocity, no return on our investment, on our emotional investments as well. Virgo is all about taking practical steps, planning, strategizing, and in preparation mode for change. Remember that with the North Node in Taurus on Uranus. Taurus is all about values. Have we felt secure, safe, happy, loved in the situation we've been in? Or do we need to make the changes now because we've come to the end of the line? Remember, 2 9s. 9s are all about endings. On our mind this is what we're looking for. That happy family, that picket fence, bliss, security, emotional camaraderie, support, right? Let's see what the action and advice is from Spirit. And the Hanging Man. Oh my God. So we've got Virgo and Pisces here, so on point. So on point. The Hanging Man, we need to see things from a higher perspective, from a different point of view, if that is the case. I mean, this is the card of sacrifice. Remember that Pisces is also the 12th house. And the 12th house is endings. We've been dealing with karmic situations that have been challenging us. I mean, Saturn moving through Aquarius, life situations, teachers, karma has been trying to hold us back in the past. But Uranus in Taurus, as this square of Saturn and Uranus playing out the whole of last year, which came to a head 3 times last year, it's coming back into our being, into our story. That is resurfacing. We're revisiting the past, where we could not detach, free ourselves, rebel, revolt, find intelligent ways to escape any sort of, I'm going to say, those claws of Saturn holding us back. And Saturn, of course, can speak to karma. It speaks to integrity. It speaks to needing to do the work, needing to be strong, to mature, right? Because Saturn moving through Aquarius, I mean, it could be anything to do with the government. Aquarius is it's groups and associations, people that we've associated with. It's the way we communicate. It's our friendships. It's doing things in a different way. Remember that Aquarius is very futuristic. And I feel that we're coming up to, as we're coming up to the eclipses, end of October, early November, we're going to have an eclipse taking place on Uranus, early November. End of October, an eclipse will be with Venus. So there's a lot to do. I mean, Venus and Uranus, think of only those two energies. Venus is love, prosperity, peace, harmony, anything that gives us a sense of security and happiness, right? Venus is what we love. Venus is what we strive for. Uranus is the change. It's aha moments, it's tower moments, it's breaking free, it's awakenings. So we're going through some sort of awakening. Has there been, you know, is our Venus healthy? Is Venus healthy for us? And what I mean by that is, do we feel the positive energy of Venus in work, family, love, friendships, everything, in every situation? And as we know, on a more global scale, I mean, Venus rules Taurus. Taurus is our resources, our food. What is it that we need to sustain ourselves? How can we feel that we can go on? Where there's been no security, Uranus will bring the changes. Where there's been no sustenance in whatever situation we're in, Uranus is going to bring in the changes. Where we haven't been able to make them ourselves, Spirit and the Divine will do that for us. Because remember that the eclipses are happening on fixed signs. So we've all got those fixed signs in our chart. Where we personally for ourselves haven't been able to make those changes, this is where Spirit's hand will come in and make the changes for us, which won't feel comfortable, won't feel easy. The Hanging Man can speak to secret love affairs, secret enemies, long distance, anything that we feel contained and restricted by, which, I mean, the 12th house, it rules hospitals, mental asylums, a feeling of bound, being bound. I mean, we see the Hanged Man, he's bound, but he's trapped, he cannot move, right? So he's needing to see how he can get himself out of this. We cannot be in this situation for too long, right? We cannot only believe that the hand of the divine will do everything for us. We have to take practical measures, which is Virgo. And Virgo is purification. It's doing the work. It's rolling up those sleeves. It's cleaning out our house, cleaning out our space, cleaning out our lives, which is something that I was doing today. Cleaning the house. It's very Virgo, right? And that purification and cleanliness can be on small scales, but larger scales as well. So the Hanged Man says that there's a time of wait. That's what the advice is from Spirit. Wait, we'll see what this full moon will show us, because we've been wearing those rose-colored glasses. Uranus will give us the truth, so then we could find a way out of the fog so that we could escape, free ourselves from the rules and regulations, from those that are in positions of power that have been using their power to poison, right? Let's see what the possible outcome is. Another weight card, Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, and I've been talking about our investments. Now, sevens always speak to Saturn for me, like maybe looking back 7 years, something that we've been invested in the past 7 years. Or it's a difficult turn that we're making right now, because there could be money involved, there could be, I mean, seven also speaks to the house of partnerships and relationships and marriage. Usually, the Seven of Pentacles is we've been investing in something for years, or we've been investing in something that we thought would give us a sense of security, but it's a moment of pause to look at this. Is it worth us investing ourselves, our money, our emotional happiness in the situation we're in now, or not? We know that there's a lot of change ahead. Eclipses are all about change. So I don't know if this is talking about, I don't know, maybe it could be 7 days from today. Today's the 10th of September. It could be in maybe possibly the 7th of the next month of October. We'll see. I'll come back to that. I want to see what the divine has. What is the advice? So the planetary alignments and the advice from spirit, the help or hindrance from spirit, and the planets, obviously. So this is the finger of God, right? We've got the Page of Cups. I do apologize. I just had an interruption. So I was talking about the Page of Cups, which the Page of Cups is Pisces, and this could be a messenger. I just got a phone call, so I don't know if it's going to be through a call. This is an offer, a small offer, something emotionally that will possibly come through. Page of Cups can also possibly be an apology. We do have a fair bit of water here. A lot of water, actually. So Page of Cups could be a good message that comes through from a youth, a child of yours, someone that's quite playful, quite innocent. It is usually an innocent offer. Let's go out. This could be just an invitation for some of you. Could be something that you'll be looking at as well. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got the Eight of Wands, so lots of messages, lots of action. The action being starting to happen. There's movement here. After an offer, after a call, after a message, after an apology. The Eight of Wands can speak to flight, travel, and quick movement, and just a lot of energy. Now, as you know, I'm not reading reversals, so we'll see what the next card is. These are Cupid's love arrows as well. Could have a lot to do, with a lot of messaging back and forth relative to what you're striving to achieve, some sort of a career move. What is it that you desire? Okay, now, obviously, with Mars having ingressed into Gemini, it's going to be all about decisions for the next few months. Important decisions. We need to, we're looking at things. We're looking at things pertaining to the past, needing to make decisions after a lot of back and forth, a lot of movement, a lot of communication. Let's see what this Eight of Wands is. And we've got the Two of Wands. So yes, choices that could relate to long distance, your future moving forward, choices that you're going to have to make. It does involve long distance travel. It does involve spreading your wings, a possible new adventure opening up here, an expansion. So what I mean by an expansion, I mean, this is the world is your oyster. So it is Jupiterian energy. So Jupiter can also speak to wisdom and philosophy, and you're looking out to the horizon, ready to go, that take that next step, which will expand your horizons, your knowledge, your wisdom, your understanding of what is it that you need to do. Now, we've got 10 wands here. 10 wands, which does speak to a bit of a burden, a fair bit of heaviness, but tens also, again, speak to restart and changes. Remember that in the Two of Wands, the portal opens. And I was just talking about the 11th of September now being a portal. So I don't know if this speaks to possible messages or communication, some sort of a small offer opening up on the 11th of September for some of you. And it feels like quite a heavy burden today on this full moon. The full moon energy is nevertheless, because of the lack of understanding. So remember the energy of Uranus, which will give us the truth. And Uranus speaks to great changes, right? Breaking free from a heavy load, being in between two situations, needing to make a choice. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And we've got the shadow side, the devil, my dear friends. I'm not surprised at all. Here is Saturn, right? The shadow side can speak to fears, not wanting to look at that elephant in the room, right? Trying to sweep situations under the carpet, not wanting to deal with the difficulties of the devil, which the devil speaks to vicious cycles, karma. The devil can speak to love affairs, secret love affairs, restrictions, limitations, vices, not being able to break free from these chains of Saturn. And the devil, what's beneath that? And we've got the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. Being blocked, our desires and the action moving forward is blocked either by governments or by someone that's been blocking you, blocking a situation, third parties, anything that's limiting, connected also to the future. Remember, it's time, the time. I think it's got a lot to do with timing here, because remember we're in retrograde, so we're needing to go inwards, deal with those fears. What is blocking us? What is blocking that forward momentum, that ability to move, which is the Knight of Wands, right? Let's see what the Karma Dharma is pertaining to this divine spread. I did get a peek at the World card, dear friends, so it jumped, but it closed up, so I thought, okay, that's not it. Let's take the Judgment. The Judgment card, which did open up for us. What's at the bottom? We've got the Sun. So I'm going to leave it here, and the Sun is very positive. It's the heart. Leo is all about confidence moving forward. So we've got Judgment here, Scorpio and Leo. Fixed signs, obviously. Judgment does speak to help coming through from the divine. We've got Pluto and the Sun and Pluto. So the darkness and the light. Two opposing energies. Pluto is very hidden, right? Scorpio. Leo is being out there, being true, being totally true, not fearing, being up on stage, performing. Scorpio is hiding, in hiding. So where there's been no truth, possibly there's been an ending, obviously, as the Judgment card does speak to a critical moment, a moment of crisis, a moment of decisions to resurrect, right? It's a death. We know that it is Pluto. It is a death. Something is dying away for some time. Sometimes, I mean, the energy of Scorpio and a death process, which has got a lot to do with the South Node in Scorpio. It takes time. Now, I don't know if this is talking about October, Scorpio season. It could be pointing back also to Leo season. The Sun is clarity, it's healing from something that was dying away, something that we've been shedding. Okay, this is, again, this is help coming through from Spirit and from the divine. This is also a card of nemesis for me. It's like, it's a very heavy karmic card. There's a moment of judgment. Now, you could be judged by others. You could be judging others, yourself. Pluto speaks to death, endings, and possible new beginnings, obviously. It's regeneration. It's the phoenix that rises up from its ashes. So can we resurrect a situation? Is it worth us resurrecting a situation or moving on? Because a resurrection is breathing life into something that has died for us, something that has transformed from the past, right? Is it our life? Is it a situation? Is it a relationship for you? And I feel that that's sort of what the dilemma is here. And that is what we probably will be facing. We see the Seven of Pentacles, the Hanging Man, right? You could have someone coming back from the past, lots of messages. You're going to need to make a choice. Now, the Six of Swords comes after the Five. So you've been in conflict, you've been in competitive energies, maybe including other people. This could also possibly speak to a physical move. I mean, it shows moving over water, movement over water. Same with, you know, movement through air or over water. But the seed of this reading, because I usually look at the divine spread very often like a horoscope spread, right? Where we've got Aries here, Pisces here, we've got Cancer here, Capricorn here, right? So if, you know, it's very much about, I mean, the horoscope spread starts here and ends here. Okay, so this does speak to our relationships for many of us. Our relationships, right? And is there equilibrium? Is there equal giving and receiving? Because remember that the seven, which speaks to me of Saturn, that's where the lesson is. Saturn is a difficult teacher. He brings people into our lives so that we could receive lessons, difficult lessons. And it is karmically true. It is something that we need to work through. And we know that it's all about timing. I mean, you need to prove yourself. You need to show that you are willing to do the work. So we'll see. I mean, if it's not you, it could be you're waiting to see if the other person, the person you're dealing with, is waiting. I don't know, they're needing to see their situation, whether they're willing to invest. We can always look at this spread as the other person. Okay? All right, we'll take more cards. Let's take some Lenormand, first of all, before we take another layer. We have the tree, we have the stars, we have a divine masculine, and we've got the garden. Very promising indeed. Very promising indeed. Let's see what's at the bottom. We've got the book, and the book can speak to the Piscean full moon. This does speak to Neptune and Pisces, so there's information coming in. It does point to the future. It's a futuristic card. Any secrets or anything that was unknown or any research that's being done, this does speak to knowledge and information. So what's that sitting on? And we've got the key. The key can speak to an open wound or a revelation. It could possibly speak to a new home, a resolution to a difficult situation, something pertaining to a long-lasting achievement. The key also speaks to liberation and unlocking a situation pertaining to our values. It's Venus in Taurus, right? And we've got there is number 11, which is the whip and the conflict, right? The whip is, it could be fights, it could be disagreements, discussions, difficult discussions, objections. It can also speak to a sense of injustice, right? Being at opposition with others. This could possibly speak to legalities and possible separation as well, legal issues. The resolution is here. That's what the book speaks to, and that's what the full moon in Pisces shows us as well, because the tree does speak to possibly a seed that we planted from a very long time ago. I mean, it's Saturn in Capricorn. So there's been growth here. There's been growth. There's been a lot of lessons. This can speak to a past connection, which speaks to a few years back. It can speak to us growing spiritually through heavy lessons. It is a sense of grounding and humbling and a slap in the face, I'm going to say, the tree. For some of you, it could be 9 to 12 months back. But, you know, because this is Saturn in Capricorn, it's like those blockages, even from the beginning of last year, those limitations, those closed doors pertaining to what the tree speaks to for you, because the tree can also speak to family, your heritage, the past, right? Connected to the home, connected to past lifetimes, possibly also your childhood. What we see after these limitations, these restrictions, these closed doors, remember that it is a 5, and 5s always speak to change. We've got the stars, which again, it's Neptune in Pisces. Now, Neptune in Pisces can be either utter magic, a dream come true, which maybe you've felt from the recent past, because we do have the 9 of Cups here. After the 9 of Cups, a wish fulfillment, possibly for some of you, something that made you really happy. It could be. We went back into the cave. We went into the hermit. So we're there now. That's the now position. And this could be speaking to the month, possibly the month of September, right? We've got the stars here, which does speak to hope, optimism. The stars is a dream come true, progressing to goals. And in this Lenormand deck, I do see the path, which is also, we've got the divine masculine on a path. So remember the Knight of Wands here, who is taking action. Obviously, he's moving. He's chasing his desires. He's holding the torch, which this could be also someone coming in to bring you understanding. This is someone who's driven by their desire. Could be someone that's coming from a distance, from a different area of the world, someone who held different beliefs to you. It is Sagittarius, someone who lives at a physical distance to you. See, like he's on the path, but he's restricted by the devil, which brings fears, unknown matters, the darkness, karma, timing into the mix here. Or the retrogrades, which we're going through now. There's the 8 of Cups, which I spoke of, right? The 9 of Cups comes from the 8 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups is spiritual enlightenment or emotionally checking out of a situation where we did not find our happiness. This could speak to physical distance. Again, we've got the 6 of Cups, 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups, and we go back to the Page of Cups. So it's like a restart, like a resurrection of sorts. And we also see here that she's following those stars, her wish fulfillment, which the stars are also here. Now, the stars can also speak to Uranus, the energy of Uranus, which rules Aquarius. Aquarius is the star, right? So possibly that there is hope still here. This can speak to the evening, nighttime, when you can actually see the stars or gazing up at the stars. Look out for a falling star, make a wish. I don't know why I got that for you, but it's a 16, and 16 is the tower, but it also equals a 7, which again goes back to the Chariot, movement, change of home, overcoming obstacles, taking charge, taking leadership, honing in on your desires so that you could victoriously move past that difficult turning point which we're in now. And yeah, obviously someone's wish could be at a physical distance, could be at a timely distance, and this is a very good omen, dear friends, that this could be some sort of a surprise. We are having, obviously, the Sun trining Uranus, the Sun through Virgo, trining over to Uranus after this full moon. So, Uranus is in Taurus on the North Node, and the Sun connecting with Uranus. We've got the Sun here, right? The Sun is Leo. It's confidence. It's confidence. It's childlike energies. It's the inner child. It's Leo is the house of flirtation, fun. Leo is generous. Leo is the heart. Leo is risk-taking. Leo is the ability to create something that speaks to us creating our child, whatever that seed is for you. So someone having the courage and the strength, overcoming the ego, because Leo on the shadow side can be ego. Leo does speak to confidence and leadership. And remember, Leo is all about putting on that play. So it speaks to a lot about creativity, creative pursuits, creating something, creating an atmosphere of fun. Leo is driven by the heart. So Sun trining over to Uranus. Expect the unexpected. Uranus is the truth. The Sun is the truth also. Someone unexpectedly following their heart, breaking free from egocentric situation. Remember, the devil is also narcissistic, ego-centered energies. And we've got the garden. So the garden can also speak to someone that's possibly well-known in their community, someone that's famous. This could speak to fame and fortune. We've got the stars and we've got the garden. We've got a divine masculine. So an offer could be coming through from a divine masculine. Right, someone who could be coming in with a message, with an apology, with an offer. The garden, right? It's Aquarius. It's Uranus in Aquarius. So, I don't know, it could come through social media. The garden can also speak to society or doing something, creating something with a group of people, connected to a group of people. I mean, that's what, Aquarius is all about. It speaks to networking, teamwork, social media. The garden is a very happy card. And what's interesting is that it's a 20, as is the judgment card. Now, 2s can speak to collaborating, working together, or separating. 2s speak to balance and harmony. Where there's been imbalances, there needs to be a separation. Where there's been a lack of balance, there needs to be balance. or separation, where there's been no fairness, no justice. Let's take another layer. Let's put the devil here. And let's see what's going on here. Let's look at the Six of Swords, which a Six of Swords means moving towards tranquility. This is what it's all about. I mean, this is the seed of the reading. So the reading stems from this seed that's been planted. And it can possibly speak to physical distance, transitioning. Remember, swords are all about our perception. It's coming from the Five of Swords, which involves other people. Competitive energies, self-worth issues, self-doubt, holding oneself back. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy, working till late at night. Someone creating, doing what they're good at here. Eight of Pentacles is putting in the effort, but I get the Scorpio energy is very strongly in this card. Look at the skull. It's very Scorpionic, right? She's working at night. Scorpio is, and this is the Virgo card. So someone working very hard to penetrate a situation, to look for the details. This could be a situation that's connected with work. Someone fine-tuning the situation, looking at the details, possibly, because she looks very much like she's doing detective work, possibly discovering something that will bring in possible positive change moving forward. We've got the Seven of Pentacles here and the Eight here. It's like revisiting again, sort of taking a step back into the past. What is that Six of Cups? Six of Cups in the hidden position. We've got the Chariot, which has been mentioned already. And the Chariot, of course, is a difficult turn. This could be possible move again. Possible victory as long as a decision is made. Being nostalgic. Looking back to the past. Cancer also speaks to the mother. Has there been nurturing, loving? Have you been in a comfortable situation, feeling safe and secure for you and your children, or is it time to move on? Is this a soulmate coming back from the past? They're coming back with a lot of oomph, a lot of desire. Wow, okay, 2 cards, 3 cards opened up. We've got the Knight of Wands, we've got the Ace of Swords, and we've got the Knight of Swords. The 2 masculine energies. So Aquarius, Sagittarius here, possibly. And the Ace of Swords is sitting in between them. Now, I don't know if this is 2 different people, but the energy is very fast. It's about action. It's about movement. It's got to do with the future and the past. Something needs to be clear. Someone's taking action to clear the air, to clear the fog. Remember, the Ace of Swords is also victory. We've got 2 victory cards here. Cutting through the chase. This can relate to victory, but it also speaks to legalities. Someone being stuck because of legal situations, connected to a home, connected to the past. We do have Capricorn, Cancer here, and they're on the same axis. So usually Cancer is the home, Capricorn is the business, is someone's career. So 2 cards that speak to freedom, my dear friends. Aquarius and Sagittarius. There's no holding back. You cannot hold, you cannot bottle up and imprison an Aquarius or the Aquarian energy or the Sagittarian energy. So we've got fire and air, very explosive, very changeable. A lot of changes connected to truth, to perception, to desires. Cutting through any lies or deception, misunderstandings connected to the past. Trying to hurry the pace up. Someone trying to see the clarity, move through legalities quickly. Someone's been holding themselves back, but they're coming through as like a, I don't know. How can I describe it to you? Like in rebound. You know? Like in rebounding. I don't know why I get that word rebound. And there can also be retaliation here. Because the Knight of Swords is never an easy energy. This could also be a meeting where there'll be a lot of truth, a lot of desire, a lot of cutting energies, which will bring in the Chariot energy. So where there's peaceful energies and nostalgia, it's like the energies are going to pick up so quickly. And it's going to be all about, it's connected to the past, and it's all about in preparation mode. But someone needs to wait, but there's a lot of desire to move forward. Let's look at that Nine of Cups, which is the recent past position. Another Nine of Swords. So a wish fulfillment in the past which turned into anguish, stress, worry. Let's just restart. Yeah, I mean, a wish fulfillment which turned sour in the past. Nine of Swords is something about the details, about our perception. Someone having sleepless nights. Not being able to understand what's going on, what happened with this wish fulfillment. Well, I have to show you what opened up. So let's take the next position. I will take them all, actually. So we've got Justice here, possibly someone looking into divorce, a divorce settlement, injustices. We've got the Moon, which will bring revelations. There has been deception. There's been a lack of happiness. Four of Cups. Someone in their home in a romantic situation. Four of Cups and the Moon. The Moon is the fourth house, which again brings up the past. Someone's emotional happiness and feeling safe and secure and not fearing being in the environment that they're in. I mean, the Moon, remember we're doing this on the full moon in Pisces, which can speak to a lot of a lack of clarity. We're looking for the clarity here. Four of Cups is missed opportunities relating to the past, stuck energies. The Knight of Pentacles, he's stopped in his tracks. There's the Virgo energy. So looks like as the Sun is transiting through Virgo, there's not going to be much action. Not at all, because someone is studying the future and how they can make this pentacle grow. This is the Ace of Pentacles. It's all about discernment, looking into the past, where there have been injustices, how to move forward. Someone is seeking advice. That's what the Hermit is. It could possibly be a detective as well, where there's been deception, love, third party situations here, theft. The Moon does speak to our subconscious. Pay attention to your dreams. As the Moon is moving through Pisces, dreams are very potent and they're very, very divinely sent. Pay attention. Can be quite an enigma, but trust your intuition in your interpretation of your own dreams. Let's look at that Ten of Cups. And this is what's on your mind. Seven of Wands and the King of Cups. So we've got the King of Cups here. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. where emotional matters, emotional mastery is concerned. Seven of Wands. I mean, look, the King of Cups is usually someone that's very loving and giving. Sometimes, and I'm not reading reversals, he can be very manipulative. So he's on that Ten of Cups. So some of us may be hoping that there's an emotional opening here, because the Seven of Wands is like, it's like the King of Wands has been sort of denying his emotions, his ability to create, his ability to understand or to trust his intuition. Remember, water signs are very intuitive. I would say this is very strongly for many of you. It could be a Scorpio, as we've got the Judgment card here as well. Yes, it can be Pisces, obviously. Yes, it can be Cancer. Seven of Wands is also someone that's had to adhere to lots of restrictions and lots of sort of pressing situations that they found themselves in, needing to fight, needing to be on the rebound, to work through, to prove themselves. And you know, this could also be someone who's denying their own emotions, denying those intuitive messages that they're receiving. I do feel that this King of Cups is this divine masculine here. Okay. We know that the Knight of Wands comes through as more passionate. They're not usually open where their emotions are concerned. Usually someone that's not ready to settle down, right? And remember, I'm not reading reversals. So Knight of Wands is also someone that travels a lot, someone that likes to travel. They may have strong Sagittarius in their chart. Could be someone that's on Scorpio, Sagittarius cusp for others of you. But this is someone also that was not ready to settle, or someone that came through as a player, wasn't ready to commit, wasn't ready emotionally. Or someone that's ready to be driven towards the past and a soulmate connection. Someone who's taking action and moving away from a situation that did not give them the happiness that they were hoping for. Now, where business is concerned, to have this happiness, right? Where business is concerned, or where our desires are concerned, another 7, which is a difficult turn, right? Let's see, and this could also speak back to the month of July. Let's look at what fell on the Hanging Man. We've got the Page of Wands, which is someone that's ready to take that adventure, another messenger, right? There's a messenger, someone's yelling out. This is communication. This is a message. 10 of Wands, an announcement. This could also be an announcement that comes through. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. I've spoken about the 10 of Wands here. 10 of Pentacles is possible financial support, abundance, but also a restart. Remember that 10s turn into the Ace. So there could be a message after the sacrifice, after the waiting, around the 10th month of October, possibly. And today is the 10th of September. So, I don't know, could this be the 10th of the 10th in a month from today? But there's something that is restarting. I mean, there is support, financial support from others where there's been no movement. Now you see that a messenger sort of, it's like turning on the light and getting the information that there is support, that there is possible abundance, that after an ending, dealing with nemesis, dealing with an ending, dealing with a possible resurrection, there is support, there is possible abundance and a new beginning. Here is the world. Here is the world which does speak to success and accomplishment. Right? There is Saturn again. This could also, for some of you, speak to possible rewards, after the sacrifice, right? And the ending of a karmic chapter in one's life where the imprisonment, that those chains come off, those restrictions fall. And we've got the High Priest here. Fated events. We've got 1, 2, 3 major arcana in the action and advice here. So remember that for me, the High Priest, of course, he speaks to faith. Of course, he's Taurus. I mean, this is Venus and Saturn connecting. Venus and Saturn. That would be the rewards that come after difficult times, after you've done, or you've worked hard, you've matured and you've grown. That is the promise. Or this has taken forever, possibly for some of you, and some of you are still waiting on the rewards. But the High Priest says faith, challenges, obviously, because the Hierophant is needing to do things by the book. This can also speak to wisdom, because the High Priest is someone that has got the wisdom, someone who is receiving advice, someone who's coming through or ending a marriage, possibly, someone who is taking a position of power. They've worked really hard for that. There's possible rewards here, and fated events playing out, since it's Taurus, and that's where the North Node and Uranus are. So the High Priest could also be someone who sits in a position of power, someone who is becoming a spiritual advisor. I mean, this is someone taking a position of leadership, very powerful as well, pertaining to spirituality and beliefs. This is a great accomplishment. This is like recognition with honors I get here. So on another level, this could also be an accomplishment, a possible commitment here, dear friends. I mean, the High Priest can also speak to any sort of a contract, but it sits on the World card, which says that the work has been done, a cycle has ended, changes are abound, because the High Priest is a 5, remember, and someone is, I mean, there's accomplishment here with honors. Let's look at the 7 of Pentacles. I mean, I get the key here, and we did see the key. And the key, I don't know, for some on a more collective scale, this could be the key to the city, or the key to leadership, to the key to a new home could be as well. The key to a new business, or a promotion, or something like that we see here. What's that 7 of Pentacles? And we've got the Emperor here. The Emperor. The Emperor sits in his throne. The Emperor does bring security, stability. It does speak to leadership. It is the father. It is the king. So really interesting, eh? How Prince Charles, now King Charles, is taking the throne. Oh my goodness, okay. The cards are just opening up on their own. We've got the Sun here. So we've got Aries, possible Leo. We've got the Tower. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, and we've got the Queen of Pentacles. And it's interesting that it speaks to the Queen, and I just got the goosebumps. So the Wheel of Fate, the Tower, and the Sun. Wow, everyone. Wow. Now, the Emperor can speak to, yes, a promotion. Someone taking leadership, taking the position of Emperor and the King. The Emperor could be someone who sits in a position of power. That's what the High Priest is as well. Now, the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles, and we've got a King of Cups here as well, which is really interesting. We've got the Emperor, he's got his back turned, he's facing the past. He's looking possibly at an accomplishment, some sort of a reward, a promotion, money matters, lots of money. I don't know if this is a possible new project, something that is related, connected to the world, something to do with expansion and growth on a world level. Yeah. This could possibly also be on a more collective scale, someone who sits in a position of power who is very connected to the church, very much with religion, very close to the church. Anyway, on another scale, we've got the Emperor here, who we know speaks to someone who's got responsibilities. This is a father, this is the boss, this is the Emperor, this is the person who is in charge. So responsibility is heavy, and we know that responsibility is very much the devil card, the Saturnian card. So we know that the Emperor usually shows someone that's got a grey beard. In this case, it shows him as someone that's a bit younger. So nevertheless, he sits on the Seven of Pentacles, so I don't know if they've got strong earth in their chart. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, who she's more in the here and now, whereas the Emperor is facing the past more. Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. She's very motherly. She's very good with her money. She's the one that, you know, the family will run to. She's very much about stability, security. She holds the pentacle, so she's very grounded. She's got her feet planted on the ground. She's all about financial security, and I don't know if she's possibly looking at a new home. She's the one that everyone will run to, the family will run to for a financial security, for a home that's well looked after. She's the mother. She's the minor arcana of the Empress, my dear friends. Now, the Wheel of Fate, divine timing, and another 10 is what she sits under, right? So she's looking at changes. She's looking at possible divorce, separation, matters of justice, possible long-distance travel, connecting with someone that's physically at a distance. But there is an ending here. There is an ending. Remember, the Wheel of Fate turns up and turns down, turns up and then turns down. So lots of fated changes are ahead or are going on for this Queen of Pentacles and possibly this Emperor. Possibly for the Emperor. For the Queen of Pentacles, they would be happening more now. In 10 days, again in October. But there's something that the Emperor is looking back to the past with. He's looking back to the past. Now, there's going to be some sort of a major shift here. Remember that the Emperor is sitting on the Seven of Pentacles. So what he's invested in, where he's put his money, where he's worked towards. It's as though both the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor are both at a point of, a junction, needing to make decisions. Now, where they cannot make those decisions, the Wheel of Fate comes in and there's an aha moment. The Tower is usually a very difficult energy. Remember, it's aha, it's a shift, it's an awakening, it's unexpected changes, turns of events. And the Tower, remember, is a number 16, which also is the star here. So this would be more that the changes that are going to happen, because this is the hand of spirit, will bring the sun through. And the sun does speak to clarity, love, healing, new creation, a new happy season, right? Leo is the heart, it's childlike, it's the inner child. And will also bring possibly lots of information, as we know that Jupiter is all about wisdom, things that were unknown. It's like cracking a code here, the code being cracked pertaining to misunderstandings, not knowing. And we see a lot of happiness here, the ability to create. Now the sun also speaks to reconciliation. The World card possibly speaks to marriage. We've got 2 potential marriage cards, reconciling, revisiting the past for many of you. I mean, we go from the 8 of Pentacles to the 10, then to the 7. So it's like revisiting the past, being stuck, needing to wait. Wait as most of the planets are turning retrograde, and needing to be patient. And we know that the Queen of Pentacles, Earth, is very patient. Remember that the Queen of Pentacles, she holds the 8th pentacle, which brings us back to the 8 of Pentacles here. Studying something, having the ability to go deep, do the detective work, look out for missed details pertaining to the past. There's going to be some sort of an awakening, some sort of injustice made right, I feel here. What's at the bottom of the deck? And we've got the High Priestess, we've got the High Priest, a lot to do with spirituality, the divine. Remember that the High Priestess is the Pisces Virgo axis. So trust your intuition. For some of you, this could be a spiritually inclined soulmate connection, also a secret love affair for others of you, because the High Priestess many times and the Devil do speak to third parties for me. Let's look at the shadow side. What is the Devil about? We've got karma, totally on point, dear Spirit. Thank you for that. Karma is also judgment. There is the eclipsed moon, the eclipsed sunlight, whatever it is. It's a moment of darkness, but remember that judgment is resurrection, but there's fear around a resurrection. Back in the days when they didn't know what eclipses were about, they thought that it was the end of the world, so they feared eclipses. Now, this is very strongly, very, very strongly, dear friends, speaking to the eclipse on the 25th of October, which is a new moon. Venus will be on that eclipse, and it's a new moon, which means there'll be changes in our environment. Eclipses are something taken away from us. It's a solar eclipse, and it's a very transformative eclipse as well, Scorpio. So it's on the axis Scorpio-Taurus. We do have, obviously, strong Scorpio, strong Taurus here. Let's take one more on that karma. This is like Judgment Day. Oh, God. Oh, my God. There's like a point of no return, not being able to return to the past after this. After this resurrection, this judgment, this critical moment, it's all change after that. Let's take one more card there. And we've got the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Emperor. We've got the King of Cups, which is usually Scorpio, Taurus again. Could be the energies if this is not the people that you are dealing with. King of Pentacles, again, father. Usually the Emperor and the King of Pentacles is the same person, and the King of Cups could be the same person. Either that, or we're talking about a love affair, a third party situation here. King of Pentacles, very dependable, business person, very driven, very on the devil, very driven where career is concerned. Could be going through some sort of a shadow time, dark time. I mean, this is, you know, going through the darkness, obviously, some sort of karma that's needing to be worked through, not needing to not fear to look into the darkness, look into one's subconscious. We know also that the Emperor and the King of Pentacles, they could be the boss. So if this is in relation to injustices for or pertaining to a company that you've been working for, the justice will be made right here, I feel, especially with the garden here. Let's just quickly take the divine position here. What is this offer about? Page of Cups, Eight of Wands, and the Two of Wands. We've got another Two of Pentacles. Yes, someone is, it's like things are going to be up in the air for a while because we won't know, or because there's just too much going on that we may not know about, or that someone's still trying to make a decision on whether they're going to come through with this apology, this offer, whether they're going to make a choice. It's not easy here. And we've got the Six of Wands. So ego does play into the reading, which I spoke about, and especially looking at, I mean, the Emperor. This is someone that's very powerful, someone that's very experienced. So leadership comes with a little bit of ego sometimes. Also, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, people that could be financially quite stable, or that's what they're striving towards. And I just get a very unhealthy sense of, because the devil is Capricorn, and Capricorn is career, someone that's just very career focused. But it's unhealthy. Someone that's obsessing about their money, obsessing about a desire that they have. And this is very strongly indicated towards karmic situations playing out for sure here. So we do have the Six of Wands here, possible success here. Remember what I did say, that we've got the garden here. It could be that you're dealing with someone that's very recognizable, very well known in their community. Six of Wands does speak to, yes, that carrying that heavy load could possibly bring success, balance, recognition. But I'd like to take one more card. I just want a bit more information. So we've got strong fire here, strong fire. And there's the Ten of Wands, which turns into the Ace of Wands. The end of a heavy burden. I mean, in this deck here, you can actually see, my dear friends, that he can see the castle in the distance. The wands, he doesn't seem to be bogged down too much. But the wands are usually in front of us. We cannot see what it is, what the future holds for us. But he can actually see that castle on the hill, which is his accomplishments, which is his success, which is that commitment, which is that business, which is that love connection. This is the Ace of Wands here. So if there is enough desire, and being willing to carry that heavy load and do the work, the success is sure, is it's 100%. Let's see what's at the bottom, and we've got the Four of Pentacles. But right now, it's about holding on, holding back, right? Remember that this is Archangel Michael, which brings through help from the divine, from spirit, for this resurrection to take place. Let's see, a possible resurrection. And what's really interesting is that we've got so many wands. We've got 7 of wands here, 7 of pentacles. We've got all these wands here, so much desire, so much passion. But also a King of Cups, who many times, King of Cups is very romantic. He's very soft, very mushy. But also because he's on the 10 of Cups, which is probably what he wants. There's a restart here. So a new beginning possibly, or an ending and a possible new beginning. So let's see what the energy oracle advises here. We have 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. And the 7th chakra is the crown chakra, dear friends. 2 more cards. So trust your intuition. Action will be taken. Someone needs to hone in on those. That black and white horse, which we've got here in the chariot as well. And we've got community. And this is like the 3 of Cups for me. But it's also a group effort, right? Help where difficult turns are concerned. This is support, a support system. We've got an 8, a 5, and a 7. 8, 5, 13, and a 7 is 20 again. That's incredible. So there will be action, but a decision needs to be made. I mean, the white and the black horse, remember, it does speak very much to needing to make a decision, hone in on one's target, their desires, and what they need to do. I mean, the chariot is a victory card. It is all about change, all about movement, but it's change connected to the past, right? Moving towards victory, moving towards a connection with the past, being nostalgic, soulmate connection, possibly here, but there's a lot of reckoning here. This is about the desire and the information coming in together to bring the truth. I mean, 2 things that come together to birth a third. So the passion, the desire, the action, and the information coming in to bring victory, to cut through anything that's been unknown. You've been clouded about that, where there's been deception, misconceptions, and so on and so forth. This is what we don't know. So it could possibly, as I said, also speak to, of course, legalities. And we've got justice here. So we've got Virgo Libra here. So the Virgo Libra moving into the Libra season, 9th month, obviously, of the year. Someone needs to make a decision because it's a 17. 17 is like trying to figure out. 17 is the star, Aquarius, right? So trying to figure out how to reach that wish fulfillment through needing to hone in on the energies, decide, move forward, you know. And possibly there could be communication which will bring you a sense of enlightenment and understanding that there's still hope that action will be taken here. Okay, but the action right now, there is no action. Right now, you're not meant to know whatever action is being taken. And remember, it's not about new things. It's about taking action to fix old matters, to redirect, to relook at, revamp. Trust your intuition. 7th chakra is divine source. It's the universe. It's someone that understands their divine purpose, their connection to soul, right? The seventh chakra, connection to spirit, our crown chakra. There comes that crown again, which is what the emperor wears. The king wears a crown. So it's got a lot to do with maybe someone who holds a position of power. They've got strong ego. Maybe they're opening up their horizons spiritually. So intuitively, they're growing. This is a sense of understanding that they're not larger than life, that they're only human, but they're connected to spirit. They're connected to their higher self as well. So there's an awakening that's going on here, and a very strong sense of humbling. And I do feel a lot that it's got to do with this King of Pentacles and the Emperor. And as I said, the Queen of Pentacles, she's got her back turned to this Emperor. So that means that obviously she's facing the future. She's facing lots of changes, but she's turned her back on the Emperor. And the Emperor many times does not show emotions, right? The Emperor is all about what he needs to do for the whole empire. So could also be she's turning her back on someone that's quite temperamental, quite anger-stricken, someone that cannot handle the responsibility, someone that could be controlling if this is a third party that she's leaving behind. So I don't know, because the Tower is a major change that's going to happen. And we can also see this continuing in the month of, or I should say in the season of Sagittarius here. Scorpio, Sagittarius, and even the end of the year. Yeah. Wow, okay, but the community card, dear friends, let's just read the community card for you. And you know, in the community card, it reminds me of like three goddesses coming together. They look like goddesses. Have a look. And one of them is playing the harp, so musical energies, music, notes, peace, harmony, tranquility. They look like goddesses, and like they're bringing in some sort of a blessing here. I just can't put my finger on what I'm wanting to say. Yes, it's the Botticelli. It's the Botticelli deck. Let me just check it out for you for a second. It's the star card in the Botticelli deck. Let me just find the card for you. Here it is. Here it is, my dear friends. This is the card that I was thinking of. And, of course, it's the star card. Okay, so it's these three goddesses, these three angels. There is divine help here. Look at that there. Look at that. It's just incredible. Let's read number 7. Connection with kindred spirits. This card shows three women celebrating, sharing ideas and supportive energy. The lights in the picture represent your ever-present spirit community as well. When this card appears upright, it indicates an association of some kind. It may be a casual connection of like-minded people, joining a club or community of some sort, or even a business partnership consisting of 3 or more entities. The time is right to make such new connections and to share intentions, whether they're personal or professional. You know, for me, it does speak to siblings as well. So support, camaraderie from siblings, from friends that are like siblings to you, but also a group effort, right? A wish fulfillment possibly in the near future. Networking and community are important parts of the human experience, and the security and sense of connection can be beneficial to all. It's true that when several people join their intentions, it accelerates their power in the energetic realm. Receiving this card puts you on notice that the universe is sending some beneficial alliances your way. And of course, the Emperor would be a beneficial alliance, right? Like the Happy Family card, this could also indicate a party or celebration of some kind. The Happy Family card is crowning your reading here. So happy family, happy alliances. This is what we're striving, what we're working towards, what we're aiming for. We're going to be called to action for sure. But also we're needing to be emotionally coming from a balanced place. And when we're not, we need to check with ourselves. Okay, if we are not emotionally balanced and happy as a whole person, then we need to take the time to do that, to align, to become more, to purify, to cleanse, to clear any wounds, any pain, any toxins that we're holding in our body, in our emotional body and our physical body, dear friends. That's also what the Hanging Man says to me. It is Pisces, and Pisces can speak to toxins and medicines and poisons, but through the act of connection to the divine, we can clear the mind, clear the body. That's what the Virgo Pisces time speaks to. Remember the full moon in Pisces, obviously the sun moving through Virgo. So, is there anything else that I'm wanting to tell you before I go? Is there another message? Yes, I'd like to take a message from the gods. Okay, on this full moon in Pisces, or whenever this message is received, dear Spirit, dear gods, oh wow, okay, ooh, okay, we've had the same message recently with Iris and Harmony. We've had the same message on a recent reading. This is incredible. And we've got Odysseus and the journey. Now, Odysseus' journey means a very long journey. Odysseus, many of you have read up the Iliad and Odysseus, and we know that he strives to return home. Home is where the heart is, right? So Odysseus can be very Saturnian, as it is a very long journey and with lots and lots of tests. Let's read Odysseus and the journey. Odysseus is a hero of great wit and intelligence. It was his idea to give a large wooden horse to the Trojans as a gift that carried within it the Greek soldiers that were finally able to penetrate the walls that defended Troy. After the Trojan War, Odysseus made his way home while stopping over, and I'm going to say that Trojan horse was like a gift that comes. It's a gift, but there's deception. It's like Pandora's box in a way. So pay attention with whatever is on offer now. Discern, do your homework before you accept that gift, that offer. There could be a catch here, and thankfully for Uranus, he will give us the truth, but the truth could also be quite shocking, striking, quite revealing as well. After the Trojan War, Odysseus made his way home. While stopping over at an island, he managed to outsmart Polyphemus Polyphemus. Oh my God, I can't even read. He managed to outsmart Polyphemus. Again, I read it wrong. Polyphemus. Polyphemus, a Cyclops, who was the son of Poseidon. Polyphemus, full of rage, asked his father to never allow Odysseus to reach his home on Ithaca, and Poseidon did all he could to prevent Odysseus's safe arrival home. This long and arduous journey became the story chronicled in Homer's The Odyssey. Yes, Homer's The Odyssey and Iliad, I was trying to say before. So the message today is, if you've been working toward achieving a considerable goal, this card assures that you can do it. It is certain that there will be many challenges along the way, as distractions, temptations, and battles as inevitable in every hero's quest. But only those willing to face the dragons and defeat the monsters will experience victory. Those that don't get distracted or give up when the journey gets too rough, those that face every challenge head on, will assuredly reach their goal. And that is so on point connected to this reading. Decide today to be that person. Have heart and courage. Be heroic. Odysseus fought a 10-year battle at Troy and took 14 years to fight his way back home, but he eventually accomplished the seemingly impossible. You know, 14 years is a half cycle of Saturn. And usually when we get to that half cycle, we see what it is. We see, you know, what's going on, and we're at the Seven of Pentacles. So is it worth me still working on this or bailing out and letting it go? So that's the decision here. So I was reading, yet it was never the accomplished task that made Odysseus great. I can't read today. Mercury is retrograding. That made Odysseus great. It was his journey that did. So let's read that again. Yet it was never the accomplished task that made Odysseus great. It was his journey that did. So this is telling us it's not about the outcome, it's about the journey. This card signals victory. Stay true to your heart and vision now, for you have the power to create and achieve great things. Embrace your journey, both the challenges and joys of it, and stay true to your heart's desires. Magnificent things are possible now. So I just wanted to mention that Odysseus and his journey, when he did finally arrive home, his other half, his wife, she had waited for him for years. She waited for him forever. She was true, she was loyal, and he actually disguised himself when he returned home, because there were many suitors and many that wanted to marry her. So he came as he dressed himself up like a beggar, like an old beggar, someone who's very poor, just like the hermit. No one recognized him. His dog, his best friend, recognized him, and on his return, his dog actually passed away because he saw that his master returned home, and he had grown old. His dog had grown old, but he waited until the return of his master, and then he just gave up and passed on. But his wife, she was loyal. There was loyalty there, and there was great love. There were many distractions, many temptations, and many battles, so that he could return home to Ithaca, or Ithaki as we call it in Greek. So that's what it's all about. It's all about what the heart truly desires. Odysseus desired, it was in his core, in his being, in his heart, to return home. And returning home on another level says, what is it that we're trying to accomplish? There is the possibility through courage to come into harmony, right? This is a victory card, as it says in the book. But there needs to be balance and harmony. If you are returning to a place where there was disharmony, think about it twice, okay? Where there's been disloyalty, where there's been temptation, karma, unhealthy connections, deception. Make sure that where you are heading towards and the hard work that you need to put in to accomplish that, make sure it is worth it, okay? And that's what I will leave you with, my dear friends. Enjoy the journey. It's not about the outcome. It's not about the end of the journey. It's the journey getting there. And that's what our souls are going through. We are on a journey, on a divine journey. So let's make the best out of it. And let's also understand that it's through hard work, integrity, love, and desire to continue this journey for as long as it lasts, and be accepting of the lessons on this journey as well. At the end of the road, we will come into balance, harmony, and happiness. My darlings, I will leave you there. Thank you so much for joining me here. I do hope that it did give you some understanding of what's going on pertaining to our lives collectively, spiritually, emotionally, personally. Love and light to all of you. Wishing you well until next time. Ta-da.